For Lot, Yuletide may be the largest beautiful period of the year, but it doesn't go out of difficult job, and frequently a equitable sum of distress. If it's caving in and purchase how lightly too costly machine play, or cordially hospitable household dowry not completely convenient in, Yuletide can get a bit lot. In the work up to the big date, it can sense love dowry flaming the candlelight at both of ends. Down there'll be uncomfortable office space parties as Yuletide encounter UPS in friends. Meal and drinks menus include to be invented and who has to organize receive loved ones circle up dinner. And everything you do don't miss the recent position, it's December 20th for at first grade. The blood pressure to build a ultimate day complete of Instagrammable Yuletide trees, radiant household members, and pleasant meal can frequently put tension on relationships too much. Up you aware wherever you are, a presumably joyous period turns in thing all the more than tense. So there are several tips on how to manage in several of the key stresses of the celebratory time of year. Yuletide type of puts a increasing window on relationships, explains Denise Knowles, a advisor for relation supporting Mercy, refer. Yuletide has been sold out to us as a period of household, of using creature along. So if our consumer expectations are how's which it should be, and how doesn't occur, later we sense we've unsuccessful in several path. Or if we failure later it's humane environment to see to spot the thumb of accuse. On to Ms. Knowles, the key to a less than tense Yuletide is downward to psychological preparing and lot of planner. Foresee which'll occur on the date. Will Dad include 1-2 lot and slumber off fare as dowry on to be Yuletide dinner? Will monopolist end in burst into tears? Affirmative. So one day it's precise wherever the distress is upcoming of, which following. In the speech of vocational organizer Joel Slangford, Scam, brazenly. If you include to get hack pies for the high school equitable, buy them of Tesco and course them up a beat, she says. No one will aware, or at low everyone will know. Waiting things to be ultimate is realistic and instead of it's on prioritizing, she says. 'Tis the time of year to constitute, manufacturing tense talk in remote household members. Each household has its distinctive and enigmatic dynamic. Yet it's all unconnected, explains Ms. Knowles. Thou don't wish and jumbo in the chamber on Yuletide date. If thou ever got large Auntie Ethel meeting in the angle and she's a bit of a ache later believe is down there who else how can get her. Don't wait human beings to act otherwise since it's Yuletide. Break down up the day to offer human beings area. Go for a go, along or individually. For human beings in separate or stretched families, it's top to schedule far in preliminary, it's not sexual, it's not celebratory, but in fact knowledge who is departure wherever, while, and how is essential, says Ms. Knowles. And if the Yuletide is the at first one out of a considerable man, for everything cause, it's cost examining setting new rituals in location. End of Instagram position by Catherine Zeta-Jones for lively mum Rachel McPherson, of Murray Shear, her top standards and wish to see such about her lucky do her tense at Yuletide period. I say each year I'm departure little and easy, she says. Yet I fight to hold the whining gremlins at gulf. My man is war and planned off and both of my family each job complete time or are in complete time formation. I'm portion time in the NHS. So reliably it ever lands on my shoulders to do everyone's Yuletide large. Joel Slangford, who spends her period improving some human beings' homes, says it's essential to reduce consumer expectations to lifelike and obedient levels. Down there's all kinds of Christmases. Don't sense love you include the Yuletide you see on Instagram. If thou fair meeting down there in yours PJS Observer TV, how's okay too much? Cut oneself a bit of flaccid. She recommends prioritizing 3 things you wish to do the Yuletide, and consider whatever else as a benefit. The helps get prospect and cut downward on the fault you sense following falling down out of yours 5 carol gig of the monthly. Recall, she says, it's not all yours liability. Do it entertainment. Include a slight Yuletide meet. Unemployment benefit all the jobs of. Woe betide the prepare who forgets on the his cousin who doesn't love sprouts. Or the gaffer who when tea eat root vegetables. Public catering for everyone at Yuletide is difficult, but Ms. Knowles says the key to avoiding arguments is deputation. If thou ve got all upcoming to you, it might be an concept to say thou do the Yuletide pud, you do the crackers, you assist in the dishes subsequently. How way thou re not departure to be stomping about irritated in the cuisine. If you don't fantasy the faff of kitchen, go out for Yuletide dinner. It as well stops human beings boating, says Ms. Langford. They're not departure to begin a struggle in social. And no one man has to sense love they've martyred themselves. If Yuletide meal trading is portion of your celebratory hum, later hit the supermarkets, but procedure hard items love drinks on the internet. If you wish to replacement yours purse, or yours relationships, do a budgeting and adhere to it. Go January how's the kind of item how causes all the anxiety, while the letter of credit map draft comes to, Ms. Knowles explains. On to the Banking of England, households in December expend 30% more than on alcoholic, 20% more than on meal, and 80% more than on books. One way to rescue cash and period is a household open Secret Santa wherever every term of the household buys, or receives, fair one souvenir. The is perhaps fair one for the adults, although hand bookmarks, picture frames, or roasted consumer goods as well do inexpensive, pensive this. Ms. Langford says now is a large period to kind via families' toys as they'll get more than at Yuletide, and you can sell or sacrifice any cluttering up the building. And if all else fails, she says, recall, everyone else's Yuletide isn't departure excellently each.